guys, Offensive Seahawks fan back with another video. Today I'm going to be giving you my official Week 3 NFL predictions. Last week was just not good for me. I think I only got like 5, 6, or 7 right. So we're hoping to bounce back this week. We're going to be starting with the Steelers going into Cleveland. Cleveland lost to the Jets when they were up 13 with like a minute last week. That was terrible. And the Steelers look just not that good with Mitch Trubisky. So I think it's going to really come down to the run game. And I think the Browns are going to take this one because of their run game. But it could go either way, honestly. Moving on to the Texans and the Bears. The Texans, despite not having a win, they look very competitive. They tied week 1 and they almost beat the Broncos. I think they're going to get the first win against the Bears this week. Moving on to the Titans and the Raiders. Both of these teams are winless. The Titans just got curb stomped by the Bills on Monday, and the Raiders blew a 20-0 lead against the Cardinals with Midget Boy. Raiders have much more talent than the Titans. Derrick Henry is just looking washed. The entire team is not really looking competitive. And the Raiders just have a more talented team, I think. Moving on to the Chiefs and the Colts. Trap games are a thing. The Chiefs can easily lose this game. Wins are not guaranteed in the National Football League, but I think the Chiefs are going to go to 3-0 if they win. I forgot what happened in week 1 for them, but yeah. Colts, they just got shut out by Jacksonville. So, yeah, that is awful. Moving on to the Bills and the Dolphins. This is easily the game of the week right here. The Dolphins came back when they were down by 28 or something. Something happened. And Tua threw 6 touchdowns. He's finally shutting haters like myself up. But the Bills have played the Super Bowl champions and the number 1 seed from last season, and they've outscored them 70-something to 17. That's incredible. I think the Bills are going to win in a shootout. Moving on to the Lions and the Vikings. I think the Lions are going to win. They got their first win last week. They almost blew it, but Amon-Ra St. Brown looks unstoppable right now. And the Vikings' defense is terrible, especially their secondary, with how the game went on Monday. And the whole team just didn't look like they knew how to play football. So I think the Lions are going to go on a win streak here. Moving on to the Ravens and the Patriots. Lamar still looks better than ever. The Ravens are retarded for not paying him. They can still pay him in the offseason, but that man needs to be paid. And the Patriots, yeah, they beat the Steelers by only 4, I think. Ravens are making it work with no receivers. And hopefully J.K. Dobbins can come back soon. And it's going to be just lethal. Moving on to the Bengals and the Jets. The Bengals were an absolute fluke, but I think they're going to get their first win against the crappy Jets. Yeah, sure, the Jets won last week. Whoop-de-doo, they're still not good. The Bengals did lose to Cooper Rush, though, but unless the Jets start Mike White, if they still have him, I think the Bengals are going to win this one. Moving on to the Eagles and the Commies. The Eagles they are in a great spot right now. The NFC is not looking very competitive, and the Eagles could honestly take over that conference. And they probably will. either third, second, or first. And the Commies, they lost to the Lions last week. That's all I gotta say. The Lions aren't bad, but like, really? Moving on to the Saints and the Panthers. This is one of two games I don't give a crap about this week. I'm picking the Saints though, because Baker looks like crap, and they have a fumbling issue. So yeah, Jameis, he has an injury. I think back injury. Kamara has a rib injury. The Panthers could win this game, but like honestly, like I said, I don't care about this game. So yeah. Moving on to the Chargers and the Jaguars. Chargers gonna win this one, even if Justin Herbert isn't available, which sucks for him because he was playing great in that game before that pick six to Watson. And yeah, I hope he gets better because I love watching him. He's a great dude. As for the Jags, yeah, you just shut out the Colts, but you're probably going to be shut out in this game by one of the most elite teams on paper. Moving on to the Rams and the Cardinals. The Rams almost blew a 28-3 lead against the Falcons of all teams. And the Cardinals came back and won in overtime with the midget boy, Murray. But the Rams are a more talented team. And yeah. Moving on to the Falcons and the Seahawks. Hopefully Seattle's offense can do something this game. If not, the Falcons are easily going to win, but I think the Seahawks are going to win. The Falcons suck. Sure, the Seahawks do kind of blow, but the Falcons suck even more. So, yeah. Moving on to the Packers and the Buccaneers. I think the Bucs are going to win, even though Mike Evans is suspended for one game for shockingly news right here, beating the crap out of Marshawn Lattimore. The Packers, yeah, they beat the Bears, but I mean, like it's expected at this point. It's the freaking Bears. The Bucs, they played the Saints, which they can't beat ever in the regular season, but they finally did it for the first time since like 2018. I don't know what just happened, but my phone just shut off in the middle of this, and it stopped the recording, so I'm just gonna continue on with what I was talking about. But yeah, the Packers, I don't think they're gonna win. I don't know, this is a coin flip game, to be honest. Moving on to the Niners and the Broncos. 49ers. Broncos look just out of place. They don't look competitive at all. They lost to Seattle week 1, and they barely beat the Houston Texans. It got so bad to the point where the Broncos fans were booing Russell Wilson, and they were counting down the play clock because Nathaniel Hackett sucks at clock management. He looks like trash so far, Broncos fans. I don't give a crap what you say. He looks god-awful. He is not a good coach right now. Moving on to the Cowgirls and the Giants. The Giants are shockingly 2-0, and the Cowboys somehow won with Cooper Rush at quarterback. This is my second I don't care about this game really of the week, and I'm picking the Giants to beat the Cowgirls. I really think it could happen somehow. But like I said about my first I don't give a crap game, which was the Saints and Panthers, this game can go either way, and honestly I couldn't have a care in the world about how this game goes. And it's also going to be like probably one of the least watched Monday games of the year. Yeah. Anyways, that is my official Week 3 NFL predictions. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, let me know by clicking the like button, subscribing if you're new, and leaving a comment. And I'm going to start playing some Weddle, actually, for some videos. Probably like Mondays and Thursdays I'll put some Weddle out. Wednesdays will be my predictions, and then Fridays probably nothing. Saturdays and Sundays probably also nothing, because I'll be watching football all weekend when it's on. Anyways, go Hawks. I'll see you tomorrow.